And this is very last drop.
Man, you ain't even drinking and you sound drunk.
I was trying to say something and it just came out all wrong. So that's it. Welcome back, everybody.
It's like blah, 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 blah. I was like, what is she saying in my headphones? Like, and we're back, people. It is 11 o'clock and you're keeping it styling with girly girl Leslie in the mix. In some kind of mix. She was doing.
Words were all mixed.
That was Leslie's version of auto mix through her mouth.
Oh my goodness!
Can you make that up?
Yeah.
Man?
Yeah.
Does it make you nervous? And you've been doing this show well over a year, but does it make you nervous when we go right back on the air and?
No, it don't make me nervous, but there's some things I'm like I want to say, like it just pops up in the like.
In your mind,
right
changes
in my mind, but the words don't come out what my head's thinking.
Yeah, and you know, like Jimmy that was on the afternoon show, he has his own show now.
Yeah,
and he cannot do the intro, and he says, "Dude, it fucks me up." And I'm like, we did the afternoon show for 2 years. You have your own show. And, like, he's tried. And he's got the call letters wrong. And he's like, I don't know what's wrong with me. There's, like, a block. And I was like, sometimes Leslie does that. Sometimes she's like, and we're back. And, like, you know, I think the listeners just, they're used to it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, it's a radio, people. I don't think there's a real right or wrong way. Maybe there is. That I don't know. I mean, we're not professionals here, man. We're just regular car people, man. You know, so.
It's right because it's Leslie's way.
Yes, it's Leslie's way, man.
It's Leslie's way.
And people just so you know, she has actually practiced before the red light goes off on what she's going to say. And every time she says the complete opposite. And every time we get done, she's like, that's not the way I wanted to open. I'm just like, after a while, I just got used to it. I'm just like, it's Leslie's way. You know.
It's my way.
You know. We're talking. You know, we're good. So, yeah. So they brought you in as an emergency bartender. And while the girl had surgery, how long is she going to be out for surgery?
I think a couple weeks.
Oh, yeah.
I think she had a hernia.
Ooh.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
She'll be out for a little bit.
I'd say we all been there. I've only had a slight hernia. I've never had a full-blown hernia. But I've had some friends who did. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you one thing, it looks painful. Ain't something I want to get involved with. But then
Me neither.
But then again, who just wakes up and says, well, today I think I'm going to get a hernia. You know, that's just going to be my day. The problem is we never know when it's going to hit. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You know, just like Leslie and the Weed Eater. I'm sure she's had conversations with the Weed Eater before she started. Please do not bruise me all up. I know you want to, but don't.
Yeah. We have this conversation all the time.
Yeah. And what happens? You get bruised.
Yeah.
The one time was bad.
I think now we just talk about how many bruises we're gonna get now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. Well, it's like I said, even if you had some kind of padding or whatever, you're like, it still comes through. I've had a sweatshirt on and it still bruises me. You know?
Yeah. I just bruise it really easily.
Yeah. So yeah. So you've seen Henry and Harry over the weekend. Where'd you see them?
At the Celebration of Life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I seen them all at Celebration of Life.
Yeah. Haven't seen those guys in years. Actually, I asked Kaizen about that just recently, and he said he hasn't talked to him in a very long time, you know?
Yeah. Because Andrew was a year older than, my son, and met him when he was 3, so Christian was 2, so Christian, grew up in the shop. So they would always, when they would come up, him and his parents would come up, they would always play around in the shop and play in the tires and rolling around. And
I remember him vaguely. So, crazy. And Kaizen come up for it?
Yeah, he came up for a couple of hours, and then he had to be back because he had to be back for work at like 9 o'clock,
okay.
8:39. So
very cool, very cool, very cool.
Yeah, I was shocked because Old School was like, Brent should be here in a few, and I'm like, oh, shut up. No, he's not. Like, yeah, he is. He walked in, and I was like, holy shit. Like, what the hell are you doing here? So, yeah.
Yeah, he'll surprise you. He'll surprise you.
Yeah.
Did you guys have more of a conversation about the wedding coming up?
We didn't have that conversation there because, like, we've been chatting about it off and on. Like, Christian and them may have talked about it after I left because they just got there, and then I had to leave, like, within 10 minutes after the kids got there. So they may have talked about it, but, like, I don't know. Like, me and Kaizen's been talking off and on about it, everything just...
I know. I know how those conversations go. It'll be brought up, but it's like discussed, but not fully agreed upon. like there's a plan in place, but it's not 100%. I just didn't know if I had to go get him and bring him up to St. Louis,
Yeah, I'm just like, Mom, here's this and this. You go figure everything out and let me know.
Yeah. Who brought him up to the celebration of life?
Oh my God, why can't I think of his name?
But somebody drove him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. When was that, Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we're all at a funeral celebration of life thing on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good day for it. But yeah, I am very sorry to hear about him passing away. That I remember him, but I wasn't close with him. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah.
I remember him from Rush Hour. I just don't. And as a matter of fact, let me lift my shirt up. I'm wearing a Rush Hour shirt right now. How wild. That's what I got for an undershirt on.
Too funny.
So, but yeah. Very young to go. That's the thing. Very young. But, I would imagine there was a ton of people at that deal.
Yeah, the main one's going to happen in, I think, the end of June or July. So.
Yeah, because he was pretty young, wasn't he?
Yeah, he just turned 28 in December. So, yeah.
Yeah, they say the young ones have the big funerals. And, I don't know.
I don't know about that. I mean, there's older ones that have, like, pretty big ones, too, so.
I don't know. This one with Josh Bacon had over 500 people in it. I was like, damn, I knew he knew a lot of people, but damn. And everybody had a story.
Yeah.
Everybody had a story. And it's, he had a good life. You know what I'm saying? Very good life.
Good for him.
So, but Sonny's going to be taking over at midnight, people. Make sure to tune in at 9 a.m. 6 a.m. for that damn morning show. And, tomorrow's Tailgate Tuesday. I think we're switching up. We're going to call, it's not going to be Taco Tuesday no more. I think we're going to retire that. They're going to call it something else. Maybe Titty Tuesday. I don't know. It's going to be some kind of Tuesday, so. So, you got any last words, Miss Leslie?
Oh, I just want everybody to stay beautiful, stay amazing, keep shining, and love ya.
Yeah, and you guys keep it styling because we will. So we're out of here. See ya.
Bye.